TBN Network. I'm here with Sammy, Diego, Shane, and you're recapping match week 3. Three very good games. Got a little heated there between BC Tomatoes, Tropical City. Actually, a little between the refs. Shane might take us through that game as
and rightfully so.
BC
I think BC
Tomatoes
had every right to be angry in that situation. Looking back on the replay, it was a very small movement, but still, as a ref, you got to keep your eye on the board and be very diligent about making those calls, because those calls, as we could see, could cost you the game or even the momentum, and which was all in favor of Tropical City.
Agreed. You'd say it definitely played a factor in that decreased morale for BC.
110%. You could see the frustration on the field, and you just gotta make those calls, man. That's all it comes down to. Those calls could change the outcome of the game. Always.
Agreed. Sammy, what do you think about that 5-2 win from Tropical City?
I think it just goes to show a lot on how crucial the smallest calls could be. They might seem small in the moment, but in the long run, that slight momentum, like anything happens in Bino, you know what I'm saying? So, that just goes to shed light on how small of a moment can have a big impact on a game, and doesn't really reflect the scoreboard and how the game was played. And if you look on the sheet, you won't read it on the sheet. So kind of just some things hidden in between the lines of the game that, spectators will see. Our diehards, we love you out there. You guys will know what we're talking about.
Exactly. And with frustration, there's got to be some sort of passion behind that. That came from something.
That means
whether it be just wanting to fucking win the game or just
gotta win.
Just winning the game.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Sure.
We're all here to win. It's there's lots of sportsmanship, but at the end of the day, when that clock rolls and that clock starts, that opponent is no friend of mine. I'm sorry.
It's me versus you.
Agreed.
Not even my brother.
All right, we can be a little cool. I'll dab you up during the game. Sure.
Yeah, once the clock stops, I'll dab you up.
So the games previous, Hayden had 2 goals in his win, 2-1 win over the Binos, and Diego had 5 goals in his win versus Cujos United. But that literally flipped in this game. Diego was only able to get 2 in the loss, and Hayden put up 5. Diego, what do you think about that?
Yeah, just you guys spoke on it a little bit before, just the momentum. Game 1, that team had a lot of momentum, just getting the first goal. And we see that play a lot in this league, where your club might get the goal to start out the game. You guys just might be hot. You might have the special touch throughout that full length of the game, not even just the half. It might just be the full game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely in the second game, they definitely took a full step back, But hopefully we can see them move forward and get ready for the playoff shit.
100%.
But Tropical City, they came out great. Played a very clean game. There's not really much to say. They had very 2 strong games, and they're keeping that energy rolling. They don't care about anybody. They're like, hey, I'm a young team, but I'm still here to play. You guys signed me up for this league for a reason.
Right. Last Friday we had Club Shiesty taking on the Big Binos on the road, and they ended up winning 7-3. Marlins posting 7 goals, but had an own goal and a foul. Shane able to get 2, and played a clean game. Other than that, what do you think about that, Sammy?
I think that it just goes to show how strong that Shiesties are, and their offense is just a very smooth machine. And you got to tip your cap off to them. At the end of the day, when they put up their shots, the most you could do is just pray that it bounces the other way and that it's in the opposite territory. If it was a defensive game, then there'd be a whole lot of other type of respect that you would have to give and earn, I'd say. But, here in Bino, we respect our opponent's offense, because at the end of the day, we're striking every single time like them. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's a shooter out here. So it just shows their consistency, and you just got to give them a little clap. But
Club Shiesty was definitely a lot more consistent. Big Beano's didn't give up an own goal, so that's good. But he was able to force Club Shiesty to.
Small wins matter also.
Exactly, but I mean, I don't think it's a testament to Big Beano's attacking ability. Speaking for myself, but but at the same time, you saw even yourself in the game. There was a lot of shots that were off to the side, off the post, like just barely there. I think all I really got to do is just focus on just playing that line, actually getting it past the fucking goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean when you're kissing the post the whole game, it's hard to really say like, all right, like how much more to the right should I go? Because if you go right, you might hit a pin. So
exactly that. But
they're good
don't
shots.
be surprised if Big Beano's pull something out in the next game.
And yeah, I was gonna say this game they got a lot of shots inside the box and they pose a heavy threat. So maybe next time those shots just roll a half a centimeter to the right or the left, and they come out with the 7-3 win instead of the other team.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of that, just a little slight inches out of your off by. So
Yeah. Game inches, boys.
oh, yeah. Well, maybe even different than a centimeter, millimeters,
Centimeters.
whatever the smallest type of measurement is. That's what that is.
Inches in this game are like
Centimeters,
are like 15-yard penalties.
Yeah,
Inch and Bino has a 15-yard penalty.
Definitely. And then Saturday, rounding out last week 3, we had Kudus United on the road against Real MC in a real tight game there in a 5-4 win for Real MC. Diego, what do you think about that game? As it was pretty back and forth. And,
Yeah, that was that game
each
meant
team
a
had
lot.
a foul there.
Yeah, that game meant a lot for that side of the bracket. But Real MC's knowing that they're the younger team and they're the less experienced team, they had to get out early and score first, and it didn't hold because we saw early in the second half, Kudus United, they came back and they tied the game up, and it was close to the very end. So that game, it was very, very competitive throughout the whole time. We saw a very slow pace throughout the first minute and a half, 2 minutes. But after that, once everybody got on the board, it was smooth sailing. What did you think about that game? That was a very fun game to watch.
100%. As a spectator, it was a fucking nail biter. You know what I mean? It was 4-4, couple minutes. I think a minute left to go, and Real MCs was able to get that goal off. And that was just. I think could go down as probably one of the best games we've seen all season.
Do you think the red card hurt Cujo's in the last half of that game? Do you think if they had all guys on the field, they would have maybe, I don't know, but because that guy on the side that did go away, they're scoring a piece. It's not really a heavy threat.
It's not a heavy threat, no.
But it could do something.
Any red card in any scenario is going to be painful to whoever's receiving it. But honestly, I don't think it played a factor in the loss. Whether it was 4-4 with a minute left, and the last goal that Real MC scored went nowhere near that area. So, I mean, if we're being honest, I don't think it played a really big factor in the game. They stayed pretty balanced throughout the whole game. So, I think, definitely one of the better games we've seen all season.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely anxiety-driven on the MC side. Going against a Titan and Bino in this league, it's a very humbling when you get to compete and you're able to say, I came out with the win. It's like I said, it's really all about respect here. And when you're going against one of the original pioneers in this Bino and Tribino, it's an honor to go against. But then when you get a win, it's like I could also compete, and it's nice to know that you're in the company of others that you want to associate yourself with in this fine league that has been put together. Real MC's definitely put this one up there on the one of those circle dates that they had on their schedule. There's 2 games on their schedule they had circled. This was definitely one of those, and it has to do with the pioneers of this league.
And I'm guessing the next week's matchup is the other one that's circled on his list.
Probably is next week he'll be facing his brother, as BC makes us hosts for Real MC. That is Saturday's matchup. But we will see you Thursday as Tropico City takes on Club Shiesty on the road at 10 a.m. We will see you